Mic check 1 2. Hey, Rug Matt. Good to see you. Well, not accidentally. Yes, accidentally, but then I was like, whatever. I already did the Wordle today, so don't worry. I'm not going to spoil it. Go get it done, though. I got today's done in 3 out of 6. Yeah, 3 out of 6. I had a good second guess that helped me get it in 3 out of 6. Done. Nice. That was fast. How many tries, Rugmat? How many tries? Four. All right. That's good. That's good. There's the me 6 spot. Took a second. Boom, 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 boom. So updates and stuff like that we're gonna go through today. We're not gonna go through the usual flow of things. So no intro dance or anything like that. We're gonna just jump right into stuff. On my second guess, I had 4 out of 5. Nice, that's good. Yeah, on mine, what did I get? I think I had 4 out of 5 as well. Yeah, 4 out of 5 with one of them in the correct position. Dang, you had 4 out of 5 in the correct position? Oh man, you almost had it in 2. You almost had it in 2. No dance today, no dance. I don't have all the cameras hooked up. I'm transitioning between setups kind of thing. I'll explain. We're gonna give it a few minutes, let people pile in, and then we'll jump into stuff. Actually, how long have we been live now? 6 minutes? You know, I might just jump right into it, actually. Because I have limited time. All the family is home. And my wife needs to get some stuff done. So that's part of why I want it to be a short one today. I almost wasn't going to stream it all today, so I'm happy that we can be here hanging out for a little bit. All right. Jimbabwe. Let's switch it up a little bit here. Let's do that. Cool. All right. Switch over to the right scene there, Jimmy. Yes. All right. Welcome in. Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, the bulb is... oh, you changed the overlay color. Yeah. I was like, why is that green? Hello. Welcome in. No intro dance today because we got to be snappy and get right into stuff. So I'm going to avoid that. And because I don't have my camera set up. But welcome in. I am clarkio. This is the clarkio Shenanigans Show every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's been the case pretty much almost every week this week. It said on my stream Twitch recap, it feels like every app or website has an end of year stream recap now, kind of like following basically Spotify's footprints, you know, in that regard. But I don't know that Spotify's even the first one to do that, but they're the most widely known, I think, lately, where you see people posting about their Spotify recap, right? And now Twitch is doing it. Something else was giving me a recap. Like, all kinds of stuff is giving me like, hey, you want to see your recap from the year? And I'm like, no, why are you bothering me with this all of a sudden? Nafron with the 23 months. My goodness. Hello, world, to you as well. Thank you for that continued support. Almost 2 years, buddy. That's a heckin' long time. Appreciate you. Thank you for that continued support. So what was I saying? Everything's doing a recap. How did I get on that? I don't even remember how I got on that. What's up, Yanni? Good to see you, buddy. Nice color. I like that, the way that one looks. Indigo. I like that one too. Yeah, everything's giving me a recap. Why did oh, the Twitch recap. That's what I was saying. In there, it said I streamed 50 weeks, but that was like earlier. You know what I mean? That was before the year actually ended. So I don't understand how that's 50 weeks. But that's pretty wild that I've pretty much streamed every Friday. If you consider that for a year, 50 weeks, I only missed 2 weeks. That's pretty good. So, and this year, I think this year, well, assuming they start their year when the recap was announced, like shared from Twitch, then I'm on track right now to stream pretty much every week. The only week I may not stream as of right now, at least, you know, for the foreseeable future that I can tell, is while I'm away on that work trip, which is January 16th to the 20th. So the January 20th, I may not be here. I may not stream. So it's likely I'm not going to stream on January 20th because I'll be just getting back. I'll be jet lagged and all that kind of stuff. But in any case, hey everybody, how you doing? How's your week been? Everybody enjoying the holidays, whatever you celebrate? What's that been like? Everybody catching up with family and friends and that kind of thing? What's your win of the week? If you don't know what that is, there's a command in chat for you to learn more about that. ! WOTW. I'm doing it right now. And the Stream Elements bot responds with some more context on that whole thing. One little thing I got to change with the camera here real quick. Ah! Well, I just unplugged my headphones. All right, I think it's kind of squared away. So why no intro dance? Let's talk about that real quick. Well, I mean, I could have set up the cameras, but I'm in the midst of like switching with devices and stuff like that. I think I've shared with you all, I got another camera for work that's going to help with making some of the standalone videos that we do for work and that kind of stuff. But I'm also going to have it set up to where I can use it for streaming along with my main one. This is mine that I've always had with the new lens on it. I put the kit lens that was on this one on the new camera, which seems a little bit weird. It was just because this one's already set up in this position. So I was like, let me just do that. And I'm not going to swap the other camera in there. Although I can. I probably should. Because maybe it'll keep the focus for me. I think many of you that have been around week over week know that I've been struggling with the camera in the sense of I put it on manual focus, but whenever I shut it off and turn it back on, it goes back into autofocus and then it gets all blurry all the time because of the teleprompter screen that's in front of it. So anyway, so I might swap out because maybe that one will keep it in memory. But I also got a new computer, what do you call it? A PCIe Express input device that takes in 4 HDMI ports. It was on sale, and I've been kind of sitting on potentially getting it. I saw it for much cheaper than it normally is. I think because they're slowly rolling it back, or like not producing it anymore because they probably didn't get enough people to buy it or something like that. But in any case, I grabbed that over the holiday, and so I'm going to start switching. So instead of me only having one HDMI input potentially into the streaming PC, which is the only PC I have, I can now have 4 plus the external. I could have 5 HDMI inputs, which means I could have 5 cameras in addition to the C920 webcam that's plugged in, and then the 2 old iPhones that I use. So that would be up to 8 total camera angles we can get going at some point. So I'm in the midst of kind of sorting that out, and that's why there's no intro dance, because I don't have all the cameras hooked up like I normally would. So that's what's going on. What's up, Robertables? Good to see you, buddy. How are you? What's your win of the week? How have your holidays been? And that goes out to everybody else too. If you're just rolling in right now, welcome in. Happy to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having great holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I appreciate you stopping by, considering it is the holidays and you may be busy. But if you have some downtime, I'm glad you're hanging out with me. This is going to be a short stream today, in the sense of like maybe only an hour or 2. I think the high five's still not... sorry, Yanni. High five, though, buddy. Short one today because all the family's home, and the baby should be going down for a nap right around now, I think. But then my wife wanted to go run a few errands and whatnot, and so I need to be free so that she can go do that. So I'm knocking out a little bit of a stream real quick right now, and then we're gonna call it a day. Robert Table says, doing well. Happy to see you on this fine Friday. Happy to see you as well, buddy. It is a fine Friday. The weather is beautiful here now. It was kind of cold, relatively cold, unusually cold in this area of the world for us, but it's better now. So my wins, let's see. Just getting to see my parents. They were here. They made it here. I didn't get to share this because it was after the stream last Friday that this all happened, but they were on. Those of you that are in the U.S. may be familiar with the airline Southwest, and may be familiar with the fiasco that is going on with that airline over the past week, over the holidays, that left a lot of families pretty stranded and frustrated and like in bad situations. My parents were impacted by a lot of that too. They something like to the effect of like 60+% of Southwest flights over the holidays were canceled, which is unusually high, ridiculously high, higher than normal. And I think the article I read, I forget where it was, said the next highest airline cancellation rate over the holidays was, I think, Spirit Airlines, which is another, I think, US based airline. And their number was 10% cancellation. So you can see the huge difference there, 50% at least. So my mother was like frantically calling me and telling me like, hey, their flight was supposed to be at like 6 in the morning or something like that, got canceled. And so we were spending all Friday evening just trying to find them a new flight so they can just get here before the Christmas holiday. They unfortunately didn't make it in time for the Christmas Eve festivities that we normally do at some family members' houses. But they did make it. We managed to find them a flight and at the last minute, get them here. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful they were here as long as they were, and we had a good time. They're doing well. They got to hang out with us, see the grandkids and everything. And we just had a lot of and just being able to see other family members and stuff like that. That's what I'm counting as my win of the week this week. What else? Everybody's been safe and healthy too. Max is still going strong. We're like, he made it through. Like, before Thanksgiving, we're worried we were going to lose him, kind of thing, because of his health. He's got a tumor in his abdomen that's impacting, how everything was working in that area between his liver and kidneys and whatever. I don't know. The vet had us scared, and I'm like thinking now, and I even was like telling work, and I feel like a fraud or something, because I'm telling people, like, because I was super upset the day that we found out about Max's news and the situation with him. If you don't know, Max is my oldest dog. that he doesn't always make an appearance on stream because he's a little bit smaller and doesn't want to be picked up, that kind of thing. Whereas Bauer, you can usually see on camera. So I feel like almost like a fraud because I was so upset after hearing the news, and I was telling people, family, friends, and work about what's going on to give them a heads up of like, hey, I might need a day or something like that just to deal with the whole situation, to handle, you know, potentially having to put him down and that kind of thing. And they were like, okay, yeah, no worries. And it's not happened. All this, that was before Thanksgiving. And the vet told us like, hey, we got to start thinking about end of life care. We're looking at probably a week to a week and a half. And that's when you guys start considering these types of options that you have. And we're like, okay, you know, and he's been like, from what we can tell, his quality of life has been normal. He's been great. So I don't want to, you know, let's keep it going, see how far, you know, he can just keep to his normal self, and how, you know, create more memories with him. So I'm super grateful. That's another win of the week, that he made it all the way to this far through the holidays, you know, because we were thinking we weren't even going to have him for Thanksgiving kind of thing, let alone Christmas, which is what we celebrate here. So very grateful for all that. Lots of good stuff that we're thankful for here. Navron, good to see you sharing your win of the week. First one for today. Navron became friends with the cat. You were cat sitting during the holiday. She even let me pet her. Nice. Congrats on that. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. Robert Tables was saying, oh yeah, that was a hot mess. The airline stuff here at the Indianapolis airport, the Southwest luggage is just in massive piles. Wow. Yeah, that's wild. We were worried that not that it would impact as bad, that my parents wouldn't be able to make it back, because they were canceling flights every day throughout the week after the Christmas holiday too. So my mom was like checking over and over again, like, oh, this flight was canceled. This flight was canceled now. But fortunately, theirs was not canceled. Everything went smoothly. They're back home safe and sound too, which is also another win that we're grateful for. Robert Tables sharing the second win of the week that we got for today. Robert Tables didn't check my work email at all during vacation night. Are you off vacation now? Is that what you're saying? But that's awesome. Congrats on that. And thank you, Robert Tables and Nafron, for sharing your wins so far. Folks, keep them coming. If you got more wins to share with us, I would love to hear them and celebrate with you. You go back on Tuesday, I can hold out. Okay, cool. Yeah. The only thing I've been checking with work is our Slack notification, because I just like to keep up with the Slack notifications, so that, and like, just clear them. It's my OCD is really it is. There's been like one or two things where I've felt the slight urge to want to get involved with, but I resisted that feeling and did not get involved with it. But we're going to be working a little bit today on some work stuff, which is continuing to work on that Big Fix event application. Last we left off with that is we did a little bit of a CRUD. We learned more about Prisma and how to create a record that has relations to it. So we have to create a record on another relational table as a result of that one item being created. So we're going to keep following through with that, learn more about that, and see how far we can get with that today. What else? So we will work on that. And the reason I'm working on that is because we need to have this thing done before the start of February. And in addition to that, I'm going to be out of pocket a little bit, although I'll probably work on it a bit during our all hands that we have in the middle of January. So I'm really looking at the calendar. I have, if we count today, we have 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 full weeks to work on it and make significant progress. Then I'll be out, but for an all hands. So during some of that, I might work on it while I'm there and collaborating with people on it there. So then let's say a week, maybe, a little bit, not full capacity. And then I get another week and a half. So we're looking at about 4 weeks total to try and finish this whole app. Now, keep in mind, I'm not the only one working on it, fortunately. So we can divide and conquer. I was going to say command and conquer like the game. We can divide and conquer, which is what we've been kind of doing with my colleague Micah. So, and I know he's made progress. I don't think he had the full time off between the holidays, so he's made some progress. And that's another reason why I've been trying to keep up with our Slack notifications. But for the most part, I've been about the same, Robert Tables. So I feel good about that. I've resisted the urge to check email because email is just going to be noise anyway. I usually don't get any emails that are of importance for the most part, or I get very few of them. And anything that I would get is Triple B over on YouTube. Thank you for watching over there, buddy. Appreciate it. Win of the 3 weeks. Okay, I've been off 2 weeks and I still have one more. Nice. Congrats on that. Round of applause for Triple B over on YouTube. You know, the one thing I didn't, I think I still have clipping that might be had. That's another thing. I gotta work on it off stream probably. I'll be quiet anyway because the baby's sleeping in the next room. I feel like Triple B, you're just testing me to see if I'm watching chat on the YouTube side of things. I am, just not as frequently as the Twitch side of things. So, Robertable says it can be scary when you take a realistic view at the calendar and work your way backwards. Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm all alone over here. Hey, thanks. Make me feel good about that. I don't care though. I care. I care that you're there. Triple B. I'm saying I was gonna say I don't care about the numbers, but I do. They do kind of. I do care about them. That does impact me a bit, but it is what it is. Man, I don't want to get on. I don't want to get on a whole tangent about my viewer numbers lately. It is what it is. Anyway, tell me more wins that you all have. What do you have going on? Anybody get something? Not that I want to, get into the whole consumerism type of thing, but if you got some cool technology or something like that you're toying with. A buddy of mine, for his kid, who's quite a bit older than my kids actually, he got, what did he get? I think it was like a build your own computer type of thing, which is powered by a Raspberry Pi, but it had like a little keyboard and like a screen too, you know what I mean, like that you built into like a little set top box almost. I thought that was pretty cool. Triple B says, I didn't mean it that way. I was enjoying the peace and quiet around from those weirdos on Twitch chat. You're going to let Triple B talk about you like that? It does, right? It does sound fun, Robert Tables. Yeah. My kids, I end up getting, I got my daughter a Nerf gun because we only had one Nerf gun. And she had that Nerf gun because we were giving it as a gift for a birthday present for another kid in like one of her classes. And then that birthday party fell through because the kid got sick or something like that. I forget why. So we ended up just keeping the gift. And we would play with that Nerf gun here at the house. And I was like, for Christmas, I was like, if in order for us to have a Nerf gun fight, we have to get a second Nerf gun. So for Christmas, I bought my oldest another Nerf gun so we can have a Nerf gun fight. Kind of for me. Not gonna lie. But really cool thing that happened yesterday since the weather got a little bit warmer here, whenever the weather gets really nice, all the kids are out in the neighborhood and they all play and hang out together. And me and the one dad next door end up having a Nerf gun because a lot of the boys in the neighborhood have their own, they have like a freaking, it's like a chain gun kind of Nerf gun thing that they just like pump real quick, like real fast. So, and they were like across the street from us and they set up like little barricades and we had like a little Nerf gun war. It was so much fun. And we did that for like an hour or two. You have to IRL stream the fight. Yeah, I would love to, but I'm not going to do that. I would love to. If we had like other streamers that are okay with being online and on the internet and stuff like that. Which reminds me, actually, another thing that you all have heard me talk about, your right to privacy and stuff like that, and I've talked about like why I don't share like my kids' ages for the most part. I mean, you all can probably guesstimate what they are. I don't share their names. I don't share their faces on here. The same with my wife too, because unless she wants to be, like, it's up to her. Because it's their right to their privacy. And like when I post stuff online on whatever, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, I don't share stuff about them because it's, well, unless I would ask them first. And I've done that like with my wife before. Like I've shared an Instagram story with me and her, like out on a date or something like that. I'm like, you okay if I post this? And she's like, yeah. But lately, and I saw this on TikTok, there was, I think she was a therapist, talking about over the Christmas holiday, she saw on TikTok on the app, so many people posting with their kids, and she started explaining this term that I hadn't heard before. It's called childism, and basically it's about like you're posting there's this impact that this type of recording and posting publicly of your kids that has on your kids, whether you realize it or not, that they might end up having to deal with mentally and processing mentally as they get older, the results of that. So something new term that I wanted to share with you all that I learned as well. It's called childism. Check it out, look it up. In fact, I wonder if there's a dictionary definition of it. Childism, word not found in the dictionary. I wonder if I just have to like search it. It might be just a whole new thing. So on Wikipedia, it says childism can refer either to advocacy for empowering children as a subjugated group, or to prejudice and or discrimination against children or childlike qualities. So what it partly encompasses, from my understanding, is like parents that would like scare their children because they're the Grinch and like pretend that they're gonna steal their gifts from them as the Grinch. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, and like that type of trauma that could cause on them. For one, that's part of the childism. But then the other part of it, I think, is like making them. There's some parents that will post, like make an account that's about their kids, not about them as adults. It's primarily about the kids, and it's like the kids channel. And like, I don't know that the kids fully understand what that means, right? Or if the parents have that conversation with their kids of like what it means to be making videos or whatever, pictures, and posting those publicly online. What's the impact of that, you know? And I believe this term childism kind of encompasses that as well. Anyway, it was really eye-opening to just have like a term that goes with that. And it just, I really want to share as well, like reinforces, like talk, if you're going to be posting things about your kid. And let me full disclosure, like there's things, now that I think about it, like I've posted on Snapchat, and I know my wife definitely does post on Snapchat and on some of her social media that are all private, and it's only shared with like family or friends, but still we need to like make sure that they understand that too. And this is why I've asked family and friends not to post about my kids without my permission, at least, although I don't know if all of them are abiding by that or respecting that. But it's always a point of contention whenever I bring it up, because people get annoyed. My family or friends get annoyed. You could tell that they're like irked by me even bringing this up with them. And that's the thing that's with childism. It's like so normalized to post and share about your family online, whether it's privately with your family or publicly. And I think it's important to discuss. We don't know the full impact of this stuff that's going to have on them. And I really strongly feel that it's important to, especially at early ages, let alone maybe when they're older and they can grok and understand a bit more what it means to be online. Because once something's online, it's always online. That's it. It's not going anywhere. So anyway, I'll get off my tangent, my soapbox a little bit, but I forgot what got me into that topic. So Nafron says, win of the year. Where is it? Win of the year. I learned Golang, and after a few months, I feel I can do things with it. Nice. Congrats on that, Nafron. That's cool. Big accomplishment. Big accomplishment. We got talking about that because Robert Tables was saying, oh, you should IRL stream you having a Nerf gun fight. Well, and yeah, I know he meant that like in a fun way and not necessarily, a way to post about. You didn't, Robert Tables didn't intend for the conversation to go in that route, but that thought made me go down this thought process with the whole childism term that I knew I wanted to discuss with you all. Corey Weathers is in the chat. What's up, Corey? Good to see you, buddy. Woo, a big part of why I don't post my kids online. Yeah. Or whoo. It's not the woo, it's the whoo. That's the right way to express that. Yeah, I don't post but I'm guilty in the sense of posting about them more privately, but it's still online, and somewhere, somehow, somebody else outside of the people I intend that to be able to see that probably could see it, like somebody that works at Snapchat, for instance, as an example. So Robert Taylor says, I'm so glad camera phones and the internet wasn't around when I was a kid. Yeah, I just don't, it's really interesting to me to think about what the potential impact of that could be. Anyway, I'm getting more and more in the habit of asking my oldest if she's okay with, like, hey, I'm gonna take a video of this. You okay with that? And she'll be like, yeah, that's fine. The one thing with her is she'll watch some videos of other kids online. That's the thing. Like, I kind of have mixed feelings about this, right? So I feel strongly about parents at least having this conversation and making sure that the kids are on board with making these videos. If they're not, then I'm like, this is not a good thing. But there are, at the same time, there are like kid channels that my oldest likes to watch and view and learn from on YouTube, for instance. So, and I know she loves that kind of stuff. And we monitor like what she's watching on there. And if I start hearing something that she's watching, then I'm like, that doesn't sound good. You need to go tune into something else, kind of thing, or whatnot, you know. And I've blocked certain channels too. Like, I forget which one. There's certain ones that I'm just like, what are they where it's like, I don't know, they're just doing like certain scenarios with dolls or whatever, and the dolls are talking or something, and the conversations that the dolls might be having are a little bit like, I don't know that that's something you should be listening to, kind of thing, or watching. Anyway, so we keep on top of that stuff, but the point I'm getting at there is, I think my oldest likes to see other kids and what they're doing, and maybe check out like the activities that they're getting into, or like it gives her ideas too. But then on top of that, I'm noticing with her is she wants to make her own videos. And so she's like, hey everybody, welcome to my channel, you know, when we're just making like a regular video on my phone or something like that, you know. And I'm like, uh-oh, what am I doing here? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. But anyway, Corey says, I've enforced this hard, and I'm good with friends and family not getting photos or videos of my kids if they don't respect my request. I'm good with friends and family not getting... Yeah, I don't want... Like, that's the thing. I've struggled with this with, like, the grandparents of my kids, because they just want to post everything. They want to show off their family to their community. And it's like, no, not on the internet. In person, fine, right? Like, do your thing. But even so, like, if the kid's uncomfortable and doesn't want to do that, then you need to respect my kid's wishes, that she doesn't want to, you know, be part of your parade of her. You know what I'm saying? But online especially, because it's different. Online is different than in person. Like, in person is in that moment and then it's gone, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very, very touchy topic for me that I get very passionate about, and people don't agree with me on it because they just don't understand, I think. Robert Hill says, yeah, I was thinking...
Robertables, this is ridiculous. We're 360 days away from Christmas, and people already have the lights up on their house.
Yeah, I'm going to start thinking about taking mine down. We usually do it after the new year. So, Robert Hill says, yeah, I was thinking more about the dryer fix stream. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, our dishwasher is, I think, kaput now. That battle is won, or that war has been won by the dishwasher. And we did not have the dishwasher during the Christmas holiday, which we hosted on Christmas. So yours truly and other family members were helping out and contributing to hand washing lots of dishes and stuff. So yeah. And then Corey says, yeah, I'll talk about them in smaller private circles. Yeah, I'm down with that. Like, but just not publicly, not on the internet publicly, I mean. So anyway, oh, the other thing I saw, so there was this, and I thought it was great, actually. It was this mom talking to her oldest daughter. She was having this really open conversation with her daughter and like treating her like a human being, you know, instead of like a kid, and was having this conversation with her, like talking through like, hey, let's process the possible scenarios coming up with the holidays, right? If somebody wants to hug you and you don't want to hug them, what do you say? You know, what do you do? And the kid was like, no, I tell them no, I don't want to. And then the mom's like, well, what if they still want to try to hug you and you don't want to? Then you say, no, please respect my wishes, or please respect my body, that kind of thing. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is a good conversation, a good conversation to have with the kids so that they can learn how to deal with that situation in case they don't want to be hugged or kissed on by even a family member, right? Which happens. There's like my youngest, for instance, she's more comfortable with certain family members than others because she's familiar with them, whatever the situation may be. She's not going to want somebody just that she doesn't fully know just getting all up in her grill, right? So like those people need to respect that and like ease into her getting more comfortable with them. And then if she's ready to, she knows what like a hug is. So if you say, hey, can I have a hug? And she says doesn't come near you, you don't go chasing after her for a hug, kind of thing, right? So I was like, oh, that's a great conversation. But I was very tempted to comment on that post to the mom, being like, hey, do you also have this kind of conversation about your child's privacy too? Because that's important, just as important, in my opinion, as you having that conversation with them about whether somebody gives them a hug or not, you know? And, but I decided not to, because I didn't want it to come off as like, you know, hey, you know, because that mom kind of has some childism going on with that account. It's not all about the kid, like but there's a lot of posts about her kid, usually her talking to her kid like that, you know, like going through parenting type of stuff. It's like a parenting account. I'm in parenting TikTok, let's put it that way. And yeah, anyway, all right, let's get on to a new topic, I think. For today. So what I'm gonna work on, to give it like a rundown, I'm not gonna do the Wordle. I already did the Wordle for today. We could play a little bit of words on stream very briefly. Maybe we'll go through one round of that, see how we do. But then we're going to jump right into continuing work on the Big Fix app project that we've been working on for about 5 streams now. Today's the 6th stream on it, and we'll do that. Sound good? Cool. Jim FYYC. Thank you so much for the follow, Jim. Appreciate you. You know, my producer for the show is known as Jim too. My imaginary producer, that is. All right. What do you say? Words on stream for a little bit, real quick, one round, and then we'll get into things. Let me spin it up. And while I'm doing all this, if you have a win of the week to share, feel free to do so. If you don't know what that is, exclamation point WOTW in the chat. We'll celebrate those wins you got together. Robert Tails says, when I get back from PTO, I'm going to get a meeting set up with a sneak rep about their AWS partnerships. Nice. You already have a contact for that? And you're all good? All good to go in that regard? I need to move that over there. Good. Can make a new thing there, and then resize there. Say fake letters and hidden letters so we can keep track of that. And then we'll get started. Robert Table says, yep, spent some time talking with them at reInvent. Okay, cool. Jim, hello. Followed before. I trimmed my Twitch list from time to time and refollowed. I'm interested. I thought the name looked familiar. I'm interested in learning more about APIs and IoT security. Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome to see. So yeah, this app, I'll share more context. In fact, there's a clip somewhere. Do I have the clip actually saved? I think I have it saved. I think this is it. This is a clip about the project I'm working on. Gives you a little bit of context from last stream. If you want to check that out, Jim. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're not going to get into that just yet, though. In terms of like working on that project just yet. We will, though. I would tell you who it is, but I'm not opening my email. Yeah, no worries, Robert Tables. It's all good. Totally understand. No need to go do that. All right, we are just about set up here to play a little words on stream. Switch scenes. Bam. Jim, you may want to also follow the sneak channel. Yes, thanks for doing that, Robert Tables. All right, let's start, chat. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I know the big word. What's up, Onwards? Thank you for playing. And Yanni. Farts. So if you haven't played this before, folks, the letters on the top we need to use those to make words that fill all those blank spaces, like right here. For instance, like this is, what is that, a 6-letter word that can be created using the letters up top. Once you make a guess that's correct, you get locked so that you can't make multiple guesses really quick and fast. But then once the progress bar that you see towards the middle there in teal, unless you're colorblind, that might not be teal, but that light color in the middle that's moving across, once it gets to another lock point, it will unlock and you'll be able to guess again. So there you go. Oh, Robert Table's about to guess that. Bling is not a word? Come on, bling is a word? Wow, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose level 1. No, we're gonna lose. What's the? What's another word? Blood pig. Wow. I think that might be our worst start yet. I blame vacation. Yeah, vacation. Definitely. It's definitely part of it. All right, let's try one more time. One more time. Let's see if we can at least beat level 1. Free. There we go. Hey, Frank. Good to see you, buddy. Nice. Onwards. Nice. Freon is not a word. Fern. Okay. We got this, chat. Come on. Nice, Robert Tables. Yeah, I don't know why Freon is not a word. Corn and core. Well done, well done. Nice. All right, we're 3 points away. We need one more word. Nerf isn't a word. Reef. Nice job, Robert Tables. All right, we beat level 1. Once. We're good with the 4-letter words, huh? Encore. Somebody try encore real quick. I think that would have been a possible word there. All right, we beat level 1. Yay. Continue. Oh, I know the big word. Nice, Yanni. Nice, Frank. We was blind. Magnet. Boom. Nice, onwards. Nice, Yanni. Neat. Neato. All right, we're going to level 3. We are redeeming ourselves. I don't know any other words out of this. Amen. Yanni, amen. Amen to that. Mage, nice job, Yanni. Ooh. How did I not see those words before? Well done. Well done, chat. Look at that. We rocked that one. Meta, Frank. Well done. Squeeze that one in there at the last second. All right. Oh, Robert Tables got agent as well. All right, look at that. We're going to level 3, and we're level 4 rather, because we're skipping 2 levels. We were just rusty. I think so. I think so, Robertables. That had to be it. All right. Nice, nice. Off to a good start. Nice, Yanni. Dang. Band? Yes. Bandage. Frank, your band made me think of bandage. Good job. I was like, how can I get the other A-G-E in there? Bandage. Boom. All right. What is it? 9 more points. 9 more points, chat. We got this. Boo, 3 more points. We need 1 more word, probably. Bean? B-E-A. Oh, somebody got bean already. Bane. Nice job, Yanni. All right, we're going to level 5 at least, if not more. Egad. Egads. Egad is like an exclamation, I think. Like, Egad. I know that from something in my past job. We're skipping 2 levels. Look at us. This is Egad. Used as a mild exclamation.
Egad.
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 Egad. Where's like in a sentence? An alteration of oh god. Egad. There you go. Exit stage left, even. Nice, nice. Nope. Noel. Nice, Code Sean. Hey, good to see you, Code Sean. Just FPGA, good to see you as well. Welcome in. Leon. Pole. Peon. Look at that. We're going to level 7. We went from not even making it to past level 1 to we're already going to level 7. Look at us. Go chat, go. Elon, Leon, Pole, GTSY2. What is that? What does that stand for again, Kochon? Open. Nice job, Kochon. Nell. Pollen. Boom. Pollen. All right, we're definitely going to level 7. All right, only 4-letter words. Alphabetically before lope and alphabetically after pole. Probably something... Pone. All right, alphabetically before lope. Lone. There we go. Wow, we got them all, chat. Look at us. Yeah, I think you were right, Robert Tables. We were just rusty. All right, Yanni in the lead with 108. Then me, Robert Tables, Frank onwards, and Code with Sean. Well done, well done. Let's keep it up. Get some more points on the board for folks that are also playing. Opel is a car. Really? Didn't know that.
Wow.
Wow. All right, we're going to have one fake letter in here. Seam. S-E-A-M. Okay. I think B is fake. B is fake. I'm pretty sure B is fake. Because, like, bass. Bass should be in there. No. Nice. Yanni and Code with Sean. Messa. All right, we reached the goal. We're going to level 10. Ease. I'm going to do seams. E. Sames. Robert Table, try sames. Eases. Eases. So make it try eases with an S. Anything with 2 S's, you know? There it is, Yanni. Nice job. All right, one more 5-letter word alphabetically between eases and seams. I'm not sure. All right, well, whatever. We're definitely skipping 3 levels there, so we're gonna go to level 12. Nice job, chat. We went from not beating level 1 to all the way up to level 12 we're up to. Yanni, myself, Robert Tables, Coach Sean, Frank, and onwards. Let's keep it going. Onwards. Onward and upward. One more fake letter for this one. We're going to go with walls. That worked. Okay. So the J or the O could be fake, or the extra W could be fake. J, O, or W. Wallow? Anybody want to try Wallow? What's up, Marcus Voice Coder? You changed your name to Coder? I've seen you streaming, by the way. I did a little lurky. All right, so double L, double... Wow, nice job, Robert Tables. I think the J is fake. J is fake. Is swole a word? Let's see. Swole is not gonna work. Yeah. Allow. Allows. Wallows. Nice job, Yanni. I didn't think to do that. Okay, nice, Robert Tables. Owls. Close. Code with Sean, helping out there. Also, how did I not think of that? Nice job, Frank. All right, we have one more 4-letter and one more 6-letter word. I think we're gonna skip through levels again. Doing amazing, chat. Nice job, chat. Skipping 3 levels. Gonna go to level 15. This is usually where it gets kind of tough. But shout out to Yanni, myself, Robert Tables, Coach Sean, Frank, Onwards, and Marcus, voice coder. Let's go on to level 15. This is pretty good considering the amount of folks we got and everything contributing. If you're over on YouTube, hop on over to twitch.tv/clarkio so you can participate. We are good. All right, we're going to have a fake and a hidden letter. Exam. Okay, so X is not fake. Maybe the U is fake? I think the U is fake. U is fake, yeah. U is fake. All right, we just got to figure out the hidden... If we can figure out the hidden letter pretty quick, we'll be golden here. Example. E-X-A-M-P-L-E. Wow. Is there an extra E? There's 2 E's. There's 2 E's. There's 2 E's. There's 2 E's. U is fake. Yeah. Oops, I didn't mean to deny that. Sorry, Yanni. There's 2 E's, chat. 2 E's. Expel. Nice, Ismail. Welcome in, Ismail. Good to see you. 2 E's, chat. Apex. Nice, Ismail. And we reached the goal. Level 15 rocked. Okay. Skipping 2 levels, going to level 17, because level 16 is usually our demise. Again, shout out to Yanni, myself, Robert Tables, Coach Sean, Frank, Ismail, Onwards, and Marcus, voice coder. Doing great. That one was a bit tougher. Yeah, it's gonna keep getting there. All right, we got a double D. Ads. ADDS. Stand. All right, so I think... Why would ADDS not be in there? Like, I add something. That adds to it. You know? ADDS. So 2 D's is in there. What's the hidden letter? I mean, what's the fake letter then? STA. Got standard in there. Is the L fake? I think the L is fake. L is fake. L is fake, chat. L is fake. We gotta figure out the hidden letter, though. Or did we already figure that out? STANDARD. No, that's all. That's Coach Sean got that one good. A is missing. A is a missing letter? We have... Oh, double A. Yeah, there's an extra A in there. There's 2 A's. 2 A's. That's it. Nice job. Banana. Does Sneak scan C# repos local and on GitHub? Yes, Jim. Yes. Sansa says, are those Bose QC35s or 35s? And thank you for the question. Thank you for being here, Sansa. Sansa Slark. Slats? Slata? Yeah, there's an extra A there. Rants. Nice job, Ismail. We might be done for here. Man, I couldn't think of more words with 2 A's in it than those other letters. Hey, chat, that's pretty good, though, considering. We got to get to level 17. Level 17. All right, so we're like an hour into stream. I'm going to go for one more hour. It's up to you, chat. Do you want to play one more round of this and then call it? Or let's get into the technical stuff. Found info, sneakford.net. Thanks. Yeah, no worries, Jim. And thank you for your interest in it and asking your questions. Appreciate them. What are you feeling, chat? No, we had playtime. We got to work. We got work to do. All right, we got 1 vote for work. Says Robert Tables. While we're waiting to hear that deadline isn't coming any slower. Yeah, Yanni, myself, Robert Tables, Coach Sean, Frank, Ismail, Onwards, and Marcus. Thank you for helping us get to level 17. Ismail says 1 more. All right, we need somebody to break the tie. Work or play? Work or play? That's essentially what we're saying here. We're gonna hit exit just in case. 1 code more. Oh my gosh, look at you all over the board here. So we have Robert Tables, Frank, Jim. That's 3 for work. Yanni, I'm assuming you're play. 1 code more? I'm not sure I understand you there, Yanni, what that vote is for. So, but Ismail and Sean for sure. So depending on if Yanni is saying we're going to play 1 more or code more, that will be our answer. That will, well, we'll be tiebreaker. Play times 2. I do need to take a quick potty break. Marcus says work. All right, we're gonna work. Let me throw up the BRB scene then, and we'll close that out. But thanks for everybody for getting us up to level 17 today. That's pretty good stuff. Hide that, or get rid of that file. Work more, aka code more. Okay, got you, Yanni. All right, give me just a moment. I'm gonna go tinkle, and then we'll get right into the work for today.
Heck.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Wow.
All right, I'm back, chat. So we need to be quiet because the baby was starting to wake up and she hasn't been down for a nap that long. Also, I have lunch now. My lunch is tortellinis kind of thing. Delicious. So, if you're not familiar, we've been working on this project. It's called the Big Fix app. It's an application that we didn't have for almost last year's, soon to be last year's event. But earlier, back in February 2022, we did an event at Sneak called the Big Fix. Big Fix. And in it, it's basically like a hackathon, okay? It's very similar to Hacktoberfest. It's a month-long thing where you go and find and fix vulnerabilities in your projects. You get points for that, and whoever has the highest points wins prizes kind of thing, right? But last year, we didn't have like a scoreboard or anything like that. So a colleague and myself are working on this app, the Big Fix app, that will help keep track of this type of stuff for people to log into and see their current score and see where they line up on the leaderboard. That's it in a nutshell.
Message from Janiscu7. SNYK it all the way.
Yes, so now you know. SNYK. So now you know. Okay, so that's what the app's for. That's what we're building. And we made decent progress on like authentication stuff and whatnot, but lately we've been working on database things, which is a space that I haven't touched in quite some time other than the past few weeks I've been digging into it. And where we left off last week was I put to do something. Oops. Was we figured out we're using Prisma, which is an ORM, object relational mapping tool, but basically something that can interface with any database for you and have a common interface for you and your code to use to interface with a database. So what we learned last stream was how we can go ahead and create a new entry into the database for a new record that we have. In this case, we have, based on our schema, we're trying to create a new project. So the way it works is you sign up with this Sneak Big Fix app and you import projects into this. And you say, I want to include this project XYZ of mine that's open source up on GitHub, let's say, as part of the competition. And then you go and work on fixing vulnerabilities in that project. And as those numbers get lower, the number of vulnerabilities that you have, the more points you get, right? So at the beginning of it, you sign up and then you say, I want to import these projects into the Big Fix app. And so that's kind of what we last left off, was writing up a dummy import. Like, I want to add a project under this route. I'm going to send a post to this route /projects. And there, for that user, so we're going to assume it's this user right now, we're hard coding it, create a new project with this data. And then we learned about the API that Prisma provides and how we can go about doing this. Now, the one tricky thing that took us some time last week was understanding how to create a record that also has another child record associated to it. So in this case, the relationship is, for a project, it also has this vulnerability snapshot. What is that? Well, one, it's a child or relational table where it's like for each project, it's going to have it's a one-to-one vulnerability snapshot to one project. And what that vulnerability snapshot is, it's basically taking into account whatever, when you first import a project into the competition that you want to track, we're going to take an initial snapshot that says, all right, you had this many critical vulnerabilities that Sneak reported on that, this many high, medium, and low. And that way we can say, all right, on this date, you imported this project as part of the event, and then whenever you come back another day and those numbers might change, we can calculate a score based on that. So that's what a vulnerability snapshot is, and each project will have one of those. So we learned last week how we can go about creating a project and a vulnerability snapshot in one query with Prisma. So we say Prisma project, so that's the name of the entity, the schema that we're using here, the model rather, project, create, and then you pass in the data argument, and then there's another argument called include. You tell it to include any other relational tables, so like the user associated with it and the vulnerability snapshot that might be associated with it. Make sense? Prisma sounds like it's a setup to a LMAO got him joke. Oh, yeah, like Ligma. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. It does sound like that. I definitely had that thought as well. Revertibles. All right. So, why isn't the mod allowing you to say that? Sound effects. Oh, no, you can't combine the sound effects like that. You just have to do them one by one. Sorry, Jim. Reason sex words, though. I don't know why. Oh, you're overplaying. Yes, that is true. Robert Table said the heck sound effect is Robert Table's voice with his permission. I did that. All right, so I think I put in my to-do list. I want to update the projects route for creating projects to use project data provided by the request body. I think that should be pretty quick and simple to do. I think given the time that we have, we could probably knock that one out today. I'm not sure about handling importing multiple projects at once. The other thing that was running through my mind when I went to go tinkle is what type of API structure or pattern do we want to follow? So we do want to follow REST principles. How many folks in chat are familiar with REST, the principles of REST? Let me bring them up. REST API principles. So these are some of them, but there's like, I forget, what does it stand for again? Representational State Transfer API. So that's what REST stands for. RE, representational state, that's the S, and then transfer. So they allow you to perform CRUD operations between a client and a server. It connects your backend with your front end so they can communicate with each other. That's the idea. It can be stateless, although there's ways that you can incorporate state into the whole thing. Not doing I forget what HadeOS is. What is HadeOS? HadeOS, like that, right? OAS, right? Hypermedia as the engine of application state is a constraint of the REST application architecture that distinguishes it from other network application architecture. I don't know. I've heard it, but I've never implemented it. So there's some people that are like REST purists, where you like literally based on the specification of how the REST principles are written out, they follow it to a T. I'm not in that boat. I am, however, in the boat of like, you shouldn't have, let's talk about this. Like if you have an API for a project, you have a post. So basically I am about marrying the HTTP verbs with the actions that those routes would do for those verbs. So let's take projects, for instance. There's a get projects, which that should only get something and return data. It shouldn't do anything that changes state behind the scenes or create something or update anything behind the scenes. It should just get the data for that API route. So in this case, projects. Whereas a post should only create something new if it goes through successfully and respond back saying, hey, that was created. Here's the instance of that being created. Whatever you want to do in that case. I'm not as strongly opinionated in that regard. And the reason I bring this up is from a security standpoint, a lot of times people will abuse the HTTP verbs, or they just won't use them in the true sense that they're supposed to be, that they're intended for. Let's put it that way. So I've seen it, and I'm guilty of this like early on in my career, where I would set up a get route, a route that handles a get request for a certain entity, and it did more than just get. It created something, or it, you know what I mean? It did some type of state modification behind the scenes in the back end that resulted in that type of request coming in. And that's bad. There's a number of reasons why that's bad. There's some security implications that could be tied to this too. So, but I'm not going to go into the weeds on that too much. Corey says once you've done it, you stay away from it. Hate OS. Way overkill. Yeah. Jim says, have you used or do you use gRPC secure? So Jim, I have not. I'm familiar with it. I know of it, but I've not truly implemented it myself. So for instance, and the reason more recently, well, one, I had a buddy at Auth0, not Corey, but another buddy that's I believe he's an engineering manager there, did a deep dive into whether they wanted to use gRPC at Auth0, and he kind of gave me a rundown of it a few years back. But then more recently, I was part of the technical review for a blog by Sneak around gRPC, and that got me a little bit more acquainted and familiar with it again. But building a secure API with gRPC, this is the other thing with Sneak, Jim, in case you're interested, because I know you mentioned you're looking to learn more about security stuff, and shout out to Vitalis who wrote this article. Here's the link, direct link to it. Our blog, we tend to blog about a lot of stuff on here to help level up your security skills. And in addition to that, we also have Sneak Learn as another resource for people to start learning more about application security. So I highly recommend, if you have a certain thing that you're trying to learn about, see if we have a blog post on it, or check out some of the lessons on Sneak Learn that will help you learn about that. And what's cool about Sneak Learn is it's interactive, and it can be tailored for whatever programming languages that we support. So in this case, we have Python, Java, JavaScript, Go, C#, PHP, and Kubernetes right now. So you can learn of the different security vulnerabilities that are out there that you should be considering as a developer. Thanks. Just general interest for now. Yeah, no worries, Jim. I don't want to overload you, but I wanted to at least bring that up because I felt like you reminded me of that when you mentioned it. gRPC. No ABAP? What's ABAP, Sean? Sorry. Not familiar with it. You got a lot of acronyms for me today, Sean. You keeping me on my toes. All right, so that's what's going on with REST. So while I stepped away in old programming language, ABBA, like the band, yeah. So no, not ABBA nor Dancing Queen. Okay, are you sure? Are you sure? Dancing Queen, young and free, only 17. Oh yeah. All right, so what I was thinking about in terms of REST is, how do we want to structure this? The one thing that can be a bit confusing about this is we have an API that gets projects, but what this is really doing is it's getting your Sneak projects. So we should really rename this to like get Sneak projects. And for those of you that recall from like past streams, what happens is a user logs in, they like create an account with just their email to be part of the Sneak Big Fix app, and then they authorize the Sneak Big Fix app to access their Sneak account. And so that's what this flow is going to kind of do, is it's when using access, and this is the reason why we need access to their Sneak account and to get authorization from them, because we need to request to the Sneak API to go get all the projects that they have in their Sneak account to include as part of the Big Fix app. So that's what this is doing. It's getting that. And then we're going to have a UI element that will present these projects, and then like, I don't know, like a checkbox, or we got to figure out the design of this, but like a checkbox that says, hey, I want to include this as part of the Big Fix event. So that's what this is really doing here. I think a router get just projects like this is more of like, show me all my projects that I'm currently including in the Big Fix event. That's what this should be doing. So maybe put a little note here, like get projects for this Sneak account, or get the Sneak accounts projects from the Sneak API is what this is doing. Whereas this is get current users projects. How would I describe this? Included in the big fix, or get current users projects used for the big fix event. Like that's more of what this route is going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then it'd be something like, you know, requests res blah 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 blah, and res dot status 200 dot send. You know what this should do? Actually, we can do this real quick. Is just we go. We need to make it async, right? We're actually kind of getting ahead of ourselves here. So this is async function get user projects. Let's name them so that when... Why is it complaining? Oh, because... Why is it complaining? Oh, because of that. Okay. And this is type express.request. And this one is going to be just response. Save that. All right. Now what this is going to do is it's going to say const projects equals await prisma dot projects dot find many, and we're going to say it's going to be, the query is going to be where email is. Well, we'll let this come from the query, but like that, I'll hard code it like that for now. Okay. Why isn't it like that? Oh, no, we can't do that. We need to do... We gotta figure out how we're gonna do that. I think we might need to do user. Find the user first. Do I need to keep doing that? How did I do it here? Oh, I think we maybe do that, like user.id. Coach Sean says, "Oh my God, you know the lyrics, but not ABAP." I know. I'm sorry, Coach Sean. Ayush, good to see you. Says, "Will be streaming on New Year." No, I will not be streaming on New Year. Jim says, "Looks like TypeScript is your language of preference for most applications." Am I correct? Yes. 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 I have a love-hate relationship with TypeScript. That's the best way to put it. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. So when I'm hating it, I end up going just straight vanilla JavaScript. But I do love the benefits of it when it works the way I expect it to work. Coach Sean says, "Is there a shame command? Hard coding is time for shame." I don't know if I committed this stuff. Did I? Yep, I hard coded my email in there. That's nice. Well, it is what it is. Have you contributed to Team Tau? Yes. Why do you ask? I do use Tau. That's what helps drive a lot of the events and stuff like that that's going on in Twitch. Speaking of that, Atom just did a release. For folks that aren't familiar, if you're a streamer, I'm really digging what Atom's doing. And Dust tends to pop in every now and then on as a viewer of this stream. Atom just added text-to-speech capabilities in their latest release. I saw it only through their Discord. That's the reason why, not because I'm using it anymore right now. But for $5 a month or $50 over the year, so $5 a month, you just get, you know, if you have 2 subscribers, that covers the cost of it, right? You have 2 subscribers a month at least. You get full access to it. But in terms of features, the roadmap. which is pretty cool that they're doing this like out in the open and everything. Hosted chatbot. I think this might need to be updated. Maybe. But in any case, they just released that, and I was tinkering with the idea of potentially digging into this on stream today, but I decided not to. So, anyway, the question around Tau made me think of that. Is Team Tau with finite singular? Yes, Code John, it is. Let me hide my screen just in case GitHub wants to dox me. Team Tau. Share my screen again. All right, so this is Team Tau up on GitHub, which we started going down the route of like, or I think even Sean08 started creating a Go client for it or whatever. But we also started creating JavaScript clients that would be an SDK to integrate, interact with Tau. Cool with Sean. Thank you for gifting the sub to Jim. That's super kind of you, and welcome to the team, Jim. Jim says, because of finite singularity stream, I'm familiar with Team Tau and your eyebrow, and started following because of it. Oh, that's great to hear. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. Greggles is awesome. Yes. Robert Taylor says, oh, I thought you said Atom, like the hardware from Blackmagic Design. No. Yeah. I guess this is similar. That's my understanding of how to pronounce this. A-I-T-U-M, Atom. Corey Weather's got to run. Need to go drink some tea. All right, enjoy, Corey. Thank you so much for popping in, bud. Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend, and Happy New Year to you. The hurricane is here, Code with Sean. Yes, sir. Ayush says, I don't understand TypeScript, how it exists. Landwalker. I don't know what that means, but welcome in. Happy to have you here. You don't understand how TS exists, Ayush? TypeScript is just like an added layer on top of JavaScript. That's the best way to think about it. Jim's gonna lurk, going AFK for a bit, BRB soon. All right, no worries. Beta Corey, nice to see you stopping by. Yes, Robert Tables. Yes. All right, let's get back to business. All right, so TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Yes, exactly. Atom? Oh, okay. So pronounce it like that, Coach John? Yeah. Okay. At least I was kind of close. All right. So I guess I'm kind of adding this to the to-do list. Add a /projects route to return the projects a user has included in the event. So that's what we're kind of working on right now. It just kind of came up because this is different. Like, this shouldn't be like that. This used to be /projects, but this is more about get the projects associated to a Sneak account, and then we're going to associate those to their Big Fix account is what we're doing here. All right, so I think in this case we need to go back to Prisma, and I want to read. Let's go to read. Get a record by ID or unique identifier. Get a record by compound ID or unique identifier. So the following examples demonstrate how to retrieve records by compound ID or year. So what does that mean? Where year and quarter are that? Oh, okay. Get all records. Returns all user records. I don't want all user records. Get a filtered list where email ends with that. I think I still want to like search all projects based on the user, right? So in this case, I want to say we have the user where that email is. Projects, find many. Where, how do we do it here? Where user. Maybe I gotta do it like that, where user, and then email is that. I think that's what I need to do. Why is it complaining now? We have this curly brace goes to that, this one goes to that. I think we just need to cut that. Oops. Maybe one more. There we go. And let's do just a console.log projects. Let's see what happens there. I think you're saying it correctly. I read that already. All right, so let's run and debug. All right, we're up and running. All right, it did find it. I guess that worked. Excelente. I'm gonna stop running it. So then we're gonna say res dot. Where are we? Are we still in the right thing? It's weird how it added the curly brace up here and not down there. We're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna say res return ret run res dot status 200 dot send projects. Run that. Now when I come back to here and I refresh, we get the projects as an array. Perfect. We did it. All right, now the big thing is though, because we're like Code Sean pointed out, we're hard coding this. So there should be I gotta remember where this is. There's gonna be a user object, and that user object, I think it's like this, and there might be a dot email on there like that. So we're gonna say const email equals this dot email. This should require auth, so we're gonna say requires auth on this one. And then if no email is found, return res dot, why does it do that? Status 500 dot send, I don't know, like error and like no email was provided or no user was found for this request, right? Something like that. It's Zorez. Hey, I know this is not a question to ask on Twitch, but can I work as a software engineer with an informatics degree? No worries about asking that type of question. Definitely. I mean, sure, it'd probably be easier to discuss that in person or on a call or something like that, but I'm not familiar with an informatics degree. So could you elaborate on what that is? But in short, you can become a software engineer whether you have a related degree or not, or or even if you don't have a degree at all and you just have a good enough, or at least not necessarily good enough. If you have a working body of projects or something to demonstrate your knowledge. So, even without me knowing what informatics necessarily is, my answer is yes. Robert Taylor says, I went to school for informatics. Okay. Just FPGA says computer science, I guess. Okay. Robert Taylor says, it's a fantastic program. I went right into software engineering and am an AWS architect now. There you go. There's a real life example of that being true. We're going to get rid of that now. We don't need that query anymore. And then email is going to be email. Yeah, no worries. Happy to help. If you have more questions, feel free to ask. Coach Sean says, before I forget, I'm going to be gone for a while. I have to get 3 Microsoft certs by February 10th, so I'll be heads down attempting to focus. Well, I wish you the best of luck on that. That's quite the endeavor, but I'm rooting for you, Coach Sean, and totally understand you being heads down on that kind of thing. Robert Taylor says, so yes, you certainly can go into software engineering, but with that informatics field of study, there's a lot more things you can get into. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. One of my the buddy I was talking about earlier, I believe his degree is in communication that he got, but he's a fantastic engineer and now engineering manager. Changing this now. And then we'll leave the rest of the hard-coded stuff for now. All right, that should complete that. That feels good. We knocked that out pretty quickly. Let's commit those changes. Let's update the to-do list here. We're gonna say Alt-D, Control-Shift-A to archive it. Save that. We're going to include all this stuff except for the example one. Index changes. We're going to say add route to retrieve active projects, let's say. Stop this from running. Commit and push. And there we go. We completed a task. Nice job, chat. All right, the other one we're going to try and do is update projects route for creating to use project data provided by the request body. So essentially, for this one, not that, this one, we want to get rid of these hard-coded ones here. I think what I need now is, we need to comment this out actually, because it's not gonna, unless I put the requires auth, I don't think it would be added to it, or it should be there actually, but it will require auth as well. Say Brian at clarkio.com right now. Save that. All right. I don't know. Do I in the server TS? I think I need a body parser. Do I have that? Body parser. No. All right. I think I need that in order to be able to parse post requests. All right, Ayush says, if you ship a project, do you ask them about its storage working? Could you elaborate on the question more? I'm not sure I understand. If I ship a project, like this project as a whole, or you mean a project in the app? What do you mean? Let me know. I'm happy to answer. Local or cloud? Are you saying as part of this application, though, you mean? Like the user's project in the application? I'm not storing the project. I'm just storing the metadata about the project. Does that answer the question? So like, you can see I'm storing the name of the project, the ID, where it was imported from in Sneak, the type of project it is, and then the vulnerability snapshot of it. In general, some company. All right, so if you ship a project, do you ask them about its storage working, local or cloud? In general, some company. I still am kind of confused and not sure what's being asked, Ayush. And I don't mean that like in a bad way. I'm just saying I'm genuinely just confused, not sure. I think my answer is no. I don't ask. But again, I don't think I fully understand the question to be able to answer it accurately. Okay. So then I need to clear all this out, go to my terminal. Come back. npm install, I think it's body parser, right? Is it needed anymore? Parse incoming request bodies in a middleware before your handlers, available under request.body property. Note, as request.body shape is based on user-controlled input, all properties and values in this object are untrusted and should be validated before trusting. True. For example, request.body foo.toString may fail. Oh, Fritz! Oh my goodness, Fritz, what's up, man? Give it a second or two for people to pile in. Thanks so much for the raid, man. How's it going? How's Clip Talk going? For folks that are here before Fritz joined, Fritz and crew joined us. Shout out to C# Fritz. He's the leader of our live coders group here on Twitch and live streaming and all kind of fun stuff. Has put together awesome events in the past and is a good developer to follow, especially if you're into C#.net development and web development too. So go check him out. Thanks so much, Fritz. That's so cool. And welcome in everybody from Fritz's stream. I'm doing a very quick stream today since it's the holidays. We got the family home. The baby's sleeping right now, so I'm kind of keeping it a little low-key, quiet kind of thing. The man Opak, thank you so much for the follow. But what I'm working on, if you want to get acquainted a little bit more quickly, do I have it? The link ready? Oh, let me get the link ready. I think it's on the Clip Talk. Clip Talk is going great. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. If I go clarkio on there, I think it shows up as a recent clip, does it? This one here. Here's the Clip Talk link too. The clip that kind of describes the project I'm working on. So you can get acquainted with that real quick. Fritz says, we're finishing some work on the static website generator I wrote to manage the Clip Talk blog. Nice. It now has an embedded editor with live reload. Excellent. Good stuff. Yes, I use Clip Talk is still in development. Cami Dev, think you can use express.insert encoder with newer versions of Express? Is that a question or a comment or a suggestion? Could you elaborate on that a little bit, Cami Dev? That is a party. What's up, Tokyo Rack? Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Welcome in, Raiders. Pokey Wilm, thank you for the rating messages there. Fritz says, I added a report to the streamer dashboard panel on Clip Talk last week. Nice. Good stuff. Cool. All right. So to get people kind of more acquainted with the project, I'm creating a REST API right now. It's kind of what I've been working on. But overall, the project I'm working on is for my job at Sneak. We have an event that we did earlier this year that we're planning and preparing for in next year, February 2023. It's going on. It's a fun competition, very similar to Hacktoberfest, but for security fixes, or specifically focused on fixing security issues in your projects. So this is what we did last year. You can check out the link on that. But last year we didn't have an app that kind of coincided with the event that would help participants in the event keep track of their score and how they're measuring up on a leaderboard and all that kind of stuff to see if they're going to be in the winnings for a prize and that kind of thing, right? So what I'm working on with one other colleague of mine is creating an app that people can use as a tool to keep track of that kind of stuff. Know how many fixes you've fixed and the score that you're currently at, and you can add more projects to be included in the event, that kind of thing. So we've gone through a few iterations of it already. We've done a proof of concept. This is my 6th week streaming it, but we've been working on it for several weeks kind of thing. So if that kind of stuff interests you, that's what I'm going to continue to be working on every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, with a few exceptions based on travel and stuff like that that's going on. So hope you stick around and hang out for that. What we're currently working on is more database stuff. So we're implementing CRUD operations for some of the feature set that we need to do, in particular when participants in the event are adding projects to be used for tracking in the event. So that's what's up. Tokyo Rack, thank you for the follow. Fritz, I'm glad you think that's cool. That's awesome. Cami says, instead of using body parser and then insert encoder, depending on what you encode. Riani says, for Fritz, there seems Sneak for .NET devs too. Yes, Sneak does offer that kind of stuff. Shameless, not a shameless. I'm off work right now. I'm on PTO. So this is just, I'm a avid user of Sneak myself prior to even joining the company. Part of why I joined the company is because I'm so fond of it. If you go to, why did I do that? Control T, sneak.io. Sneak supports many different programming languages and ecosystems, but you can check out all that kind of stuff under the products tab here. But yes, C# and .NET is one of them, along with JavaScript and Python and Java. Although I think we can all agree between JavaScript and C# .NET developers, we can all agree Java. No, I'm not going to rag on a programming language. Any other things that I missed in chat? I think we're caught up there. So Cami Dev, coffee beans are great. Yes, they are, Yanni. You are absolutely right. Cami was talking about instead of body parser. Tell us how you really feel. It says Kauia life? Kauia? Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I want to get your name right. So if you can potentially help me out in like phonetically typing it, I'd be happy to do so. Will the high five work? Let's see, Yanni. There it is. Thank you for the high five, Yanni. All right. So what I was looking up is if I need to, basically I'm setting up one endpoint right here. This project's where somebody's going to send a post request to this route. And right now I have hard-coded stuff, but I want to parse the request.body fields and use those instead. So the first flow through this, we weren't listening or looking for the request body fields. We were like, let's just learn how to use this tool called Prisma, which is the thing that we're interfacing with our database with. It's an ORM, kind of like Entity Framework in .NET, right? As an example. It's an ORM for JavaScript and Node.js and TypeScript that can interface with a lot of different database technologies. Mongo being one of them, but all relational SQL-based, not all, but a lot of relational databases using SQL. What's up, Nightcoder? Good to see you, buddy. Where did that hand come from? I don't know. Mystery hand. Thank you for the follow, Medimess. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly as well. Appreciate you. Oh, Yanni. Ouch. Robert Tables, I have faith you will get this project done by the deadline. You got this. Thank you for the encouragement, Robert Tables. You say hand? Yeah. All right. So we hard coded some fields in here just to get this working and understanding how to do an insert into the database for a one-to-one relationship in the database. So in this case, we have, based on our model here, our schema is defining our model, and that schema is right here. We have a project that we're trying to create. Somebody's going to import a project, let's say, and they want to say, I want to add this project as part of the big fix event. Well, as part of that, we have project and then this vulnerability snapshot, which are a one-to-one relationship. So for every project, there should be at least one, there should be only one vulnerability snapshot. So we previously learned how to do that in Prisma, where we create a project along with that child record that goes along with it, like this. And that's why it was hard-coded like that. So now we're taking it a step further. Since we got beyond that, how can we go about now dynamically taking that information instead of having hard-coded values like this? Smack, pat, and high five for the hand things. Yes, those are all the commands there. Thank you for calling that out, Yanni, for people to check out if they'd like. All right, so Robert Taylor says, I love diving into the sneak reports and seeing real examples of why something is a problem. It's a great service. Hashtag Chevy car salesman. Appreciate the helpful promotion there, Robert Tables. It bodes well for me and my job. All right. So I think I don't need anything beyond just the body parser. You know what I'm saying? And I think I can maybe get rid of this query here and say ID, instead of ID, connect email, and then be user.email, or just email, because the email will become part of the requests. So let's say const email, and we're just going to hard code it right now to this. And then I think I can comment this out. And that should still work. Let's make up another, let's say do that too. Let's just double check this works real quick. These are technical terms that I'm saying. Right? And I'll change the numbers around a little bit. 15, 800 medium, that's bad. That's really bad. 10 high vulnerabilities and then 34 critical. This is a really bad project, let's say. And then go that route. All right, so let's spin this up and run it. All right, and then I think in the UI, I set up a button that I can just click for this, right? Didn't I? First, yeah, add project. Let's look at the terminal, or the network requests. Add project, that sends a post request to the endpoint. Projects. Did I send it to projects? Yes. And it got a 200. So it did indeed create that record, it looks like. Let's see the response on that. And there it is. Okay, so I can do that. Now, what's cool about Prisma is I'm going to show off something here that was why I'm going with Prisma that I think is pretty cool. Is I can say npm run studio. Oops, type that too fast. And what this does is it creates, because I'm not in the CD server, npm run studio. And what this does is it spins up like a UI interface for the database, directly localhost kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like off my machine. I want to look at projects and I want to see if that got inserted correctly. So we have goof2 that has a vulnerability snapshot for this user now. And the user is the one that I had created previously. Boom. That is awesome. Okay. So that did work, and I can get rid of this extra query. We confirm that now. Save that. Let's stop the studio from running. And all right, so now what I want to do is I want to set this up to where it parses the body. I believe, if I'm familiar, recalling from memory, body parser is the like kind of de facto package to go with for parsing post requests. This does not handle multi-part bodies, which I don't think we're going to be dealing with anyway. We should be okay with this. All right, so I'm going to npm install body parser with the hyphen in there. npm install bodies hyphen parser. Container salesman. Yeah. Revertables, container salesman. Then we're going to need to import it into the server at the top here. So we're going to say import body parser from body parser. Save that. And then I think we just say like app.use body parser, but let's just double check on that. There's options. I don't think I even need to do the options, to be honest. Example. Oh, you can say URL encoded. We're going to be parsing JSON. So I'm just going to say app.use bodyparser.json. Wait, what is that doing then? What does express.json do? Oh. What is the difference then? I should look that up. Express.json. Cami says Express has body parser built in now. Well. Express.js function is built-in middleware function. Express that parses incoming requests with JSON payloads and based on body parser. Oh my goodness. Shows how out of the loop I've been in this kind of thing. So I guess I can npm uninstall body parser. I already have this. So we can just start testing this. You were thinking that as well, Robert Tables? Okay. Well, there we go. We're moving right along. So what I can do now is I think I have a REST client somewhere in here. REST book. Create a new blank REST book. Now, I forget how to use REST book, so I'm going to look at the extension. REST book. But essentially what this is doing is it's something that allows me for making REST queries directly from VS Code. I need to look at the example. So I can say get localhost 3000. I want to say post. Let's look at a post example maybe. Get good, Brian. All right, here's a post. Let's do this. Do that. Then we go back to this, paste it in here. Now we're going to say not HTTPS that, but we're going to say http://localhost 3000/projects. And we need, similar to this data, we need the name, that. Actually, I have example data, don't I? Example project. So I want this kind of stuff here. We're going to kind of do that way. Let's go to the REST book again. Rip all that out, paste that in. Oops, I don't need to save that. I don't need total dependencies, that. We want the type. Say goof3. Change a few numbers in here so it's a bit different. I care about created, I don't know. Issue counts by severity. I think that should be good. All right, let's double check that it's /projects. Yeah. All right, and now what I want to do is we're not going to actually do this. We're just going to send res.body back just for now, just to see what was indeed sent. We're going to just mirror it. We're going to regurgitate it. We're going to reflect it. Why is it complaining about that though? Or request.body. But not exist on type. What? Why doesn't it? What exists on this? Interface request right there. What's the problemo? This is where Ayush, you were talking to me about TypeScript earlier, like why TypeScript and all that kind of stuff. This is where I was talking about this love-hate relationship I have with it. Here I am doing what I think is correct, but it's still complaining to me that send a response. Oh, unsanitized. That's Sneak telling me that I have unsanitized input, which is understandable. It's good it's telling me that. This should work though. Let's try. Make sure it's running. Even if you don't use TypeScript, it's super nice when your dependencies do. Yeah, that's true. All right, so now I should be able to execute this request and see it respond. And see it respond. It's still going. It's still running. Cammy Deb, thank you for the follow. What happened? Oh, am I not sending a response? Let's stop that. Oh no. Stop execution. Stop. I'm clicking stop. Uh-oh. Maybe if I stop the server? Wow, everything's broken. No, Cammy Dev says, I literally just started learning Express today, so it's cool seeing a large-scale application of it. Nice. Happy that I can help with that. Is this actually running? I can't stop anything. Is it frozen on me? What in the world is going on? I can't stop it from running. This rest book is just spinning out of control. I think I done froze up my whole machine here. Am I still live? I don't know. All right, hold on, chat. Am I gonna have to just quit VS Code? Don't do this to me, VS Code. Let's make sure it's not running at all. Task manager. What is the deal? My PC is coming to a crawl now. Alright, I don't think it's running anymore, so that's good. I hope that process isn't stuck in the background somewhere, though. Any node stuff running? No. Okay. Who is the bigger threat? 10 HD cameras or one little VS Code boy? Yeah. LOL, are you still live? And here you're talking about hooking up 10 cameras to this rig? Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, this computer rig it's still very powerful, but it's starting to age out of as out of its prime. Let's put it that way. What are we up to 10? No, we're up to 8. We are up to potentially 8. We're not fully at 8. Normally we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, opening up VS Code again. Cammy Dev asks, do you mainly do back end or front end too? Because I saw the Vite view when you were running localhost. I mostly focus on back end. I've done front end. I used to focus on front end. I don't have as much interest in front end as I used to. And I'm more interested in building back end type of stuff. So, yeah. All right. Let's see if we can knock this out. And then I hear the baby's up now and everything. So that way I'll have to close out the stream and call it a day so I can go help out with the family. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe we'll put a breakpoint here. res dot request dot body, or you know what, we can just put a breakpoint there, res dot send, and we'll just say, like, I don't know, hello, and then world for now. That should get that to go away once it gets rescanned. Yeah. And then we have the breakpoint on here. Actually, we can say const body equals request dot body. Even though it says that that's a problem or doesn't exist, it's there. It should be there. All right. This should all be good. Nothing's wrong with this. Let's get rid of the created maybe. And then we post. Is it even hitting that endpoint? It doesn't look like it. Can I stop this execution? Oh no, it's gonna lock up on me again. Do I need to try a different client? I guess RESTbook is not the one to go with, folks. REST. There's other ones I've used before. Yep, everything's frozen again. Oh my lord. All right, close it down. Backing up editors with unsaved changes is taking a bit longer. Oh, I haven't even shared my screen. My bad. Well, I guess this is not worth me sharing my screen because it's still frozen. So we did it? No, we didn't do it. Unfortunately. Jay Goes Gaming. Hey, good to see you. Sag. Definitely Sag. Maybe because, oh, body parts are still in there. Even though I uninstalled it. That could be causing it to break. But why wouldn't it yell at me about that? Switch. So you can see again. npm run dev. npm start. npm run. Do I not have anything in this? cd server. npm run. Dev. Yep. All right. So clear npm run dev. Bower barkin. All right. Let's just make sure it runs. All right, requires auth. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. If I go localhost 3000, this is all working. Yeah, you all hear him? All right, let's see. Let me try a different extension. Where's my installed ones? Yeah, RESTbook's installed there. Let's try another REST client. I'm pretty sure I've used this one. Let's go with this one. It's got 2.9 million downloads. All right, now how do we do this? In editor, type HTTP request as simple as below. Or post this. All right, so let's see if I can just do like a get. In editor, done that? Where's the editor? Let's try REST. REST client. Okay, yeah. Send request. How? In editor and view the response. Where do I do it? Show me an example. Visual. Okay, visual. Oh, just create an example.http. All right, let's try that. New file. Example.http. Okay. Get HTTPS. All right, so let's try in here. We're gonna say get HTTP localhost 3000/projects. Hey, there we go. All right, we got status 200. Okay. So now if I do, how do you tell it which one to do? You put your cursor on that line. Okay. All right, so let's try this post. Huh, this looks neat. What's the extension? The extension is called REST client. Let me get the, hold on, let me paste what I was doing. That one. And then I'll get you the direct link here and drop it in chat. There it is. The REST book one normally works great for me, but for some reason it's getting hung up. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Sweet, thanks buddy. Yeah, no worries. Happy to help. All right, so if I do this, close that, that, example. I'm gonna copy this again. I'm gonna put that into, where'd it go? That one. Paste it in here. Save that. We're gonna pull out the read-only test frequency. That. Pull out this. Name it something else. Goof 4. Give it just a few other indications there. What do we do? We'll just add 0, 8, 15, 89, and 38 critical, right? So now if I do this one, I don't think I need that HTTP. I'm not gonna say comments. Say local host 3000 projects HTTP. Now, if I send that, this is running. I don't have a breakpoint though. Change this to console.log request.body. Should restart. Did it? Let's double check by coming back here and see if we could just do a get. Okay, we did get the updated response. Do it again just for posterity. Cool. So now if I do this one. Ah, that went through? What is this? Username, password like that. I thought I console logged the body. What is this? Oh, it's redirecting me. That's why. What? Is there another post? I'm not requiring auth on that. It's trying to redirect me to sign in with auth0. You see that? Get projects. Something. Is something not 1500 high 7? My God, what is this? LastPass? Maybe Robert Tails. Maybe. Why is it requiring auth on the post? All right, maybe I'm doing the wrong one. Let's try. Might be picking up that one. Should run this. The connection was rejected. Either the requested service is behind me isn't running on the requested server/port. The proxy settings in code misconfigured. Connection refused. Oh, I typed that wrong. HTTP//localhost 3000. Okay. Let's try this again. All right, we got an error. Channel closed. That's helpful. Channel closed is the error. Do I have something that's telling it needs to be... Oh, maybe that? Let's comment that out. I mean, all the other requests should have done that then. Let's restart. Usually when you set this up, it ends up making... Well, I say requires auth. Auth required false. So I can specify which endpoints require authentication. So why? Let's try this again. 500 unexpected token. Okay, we're making progress. Unexpected token at position on 252. Doesn't like that extra curly brace? What if I get rid of that? Alright, at least we're making progress. Unexpected token in JSON still. What's the problem? Maybe if I get rid of this and this. Close it. Still unexpected token. Okay. What is... All right, we're not even getting to this point, so maybe we need to learn more about express.json. Something we're doing wrong there, maybe? That seems fine. Cammy says, just taking a long shot, but is it perhaps the last comment in the JSON? You might be right. Let's go back. Save that. Let's close that out. Okay, I think you were right, Cammy. That was a good guess there. Save that. Now it's trying to read property user of undefined. Why? I'm sending /projects and a post request. Which endpoint is it going to then? Should be that one. Close that, try again. So it's still trying to authenticate on this route. It doesn't make any sense because I'm not making a GET request, I'm making a POST request. And the only route that has any type of need for authorization is this one. These two, I mean. So sneak projects and then just /projects. So I should be able to call the same route but with a different verb. What if I call this like projects 1? Save that. And then I change this to be projects 1. Still. Okay, so maybe something in the server is telling it that it needs this. Oh, right here. Comment that out, maybe. Nope. Oh yeah, the whole app is looking for a user on any request. Yeah. Server. Control find user. Comment that out. The only place in there that's being used. And then in here, user. It's trying to read it here? Console.log. No way. Why would it hit there? I'm hitting a completely different endpoint now. Let's restart. Oops. Ah! Okay. Oh. What the fudge? I got hello world, so that's working. But because I commented out... Maybe I needed to restart it? I thought it automatically restarts. Well, look at that. It received the body, though. So this is good. Well, all right, we're getting the details now. Oh, wow. I shouldn't have to restart every time. I've set it up to where... Oh, not in the client. Server package.json dev. It's using TypeScript node, and it respawns and transpiles. This only server TS. Oh, it should listen to all files, right? Progress is progress. Yeah. Maybe that is not actually listening to my other changes. And only if I change server TS. I might have this set up wrong, I guess. All right, well, we can dig into that another time. In fact, we should put that into do. Figure out why npm run dev doesn't always restart with changes. Make note of that. Yeah, that isn't set up exactly right, but we made some progress. Okay. We'll make note of that. So I guess it just wasn't picking up on my... So let's make sure that this works. Then if I go projects and projects... Look at that. It says restarting down here. Look. Make it big. Dang it. Enter. Make it bigger there. Hey, thank you for the follow. Mean Machine Rex. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. You see? Routes index has been modified. So it restarted. So now if I do that request to, let's say try projects 1, we should get a response of like 404. I'm getting an okay. Look at this. It's saying okay still. That's so weird. I think I have to actually stop it. It's still hitting the endpoint. I'm making a request to projects 1. I've changed the code to be just /projects. Hey, what's up, Pravan? Welcome back. Good to see you. How you been? What's your win of the week? This should not work. But I'm getting a 200 response. Good to see you as well. Thanks. Glad to hear it. This is not actually restarting. Silly gooses. That's weird. Now, if I do this, I should get a 404. Yes, not found. What the heck? Well, note to self. Gotta actually restart. If I do it like this, 200. All right, so now the next step from here is we have the request body. We know what that looks like. Let's close that out. And then, oops, not that. So we should be able to say, we can uncomment this. And we're going to send the result. And we should say request.body.name. request.body.id, request.body.origin, request.body.type, and I wonder if I can just say request.body. I can remove this and say request.body.issue counts by severity. Let's see if this works. Can I just set that whole like that whole thing there like that? Possible. All right, chat. Pravon says, just tried to not do anything that's related to my work. Nice. Congrats on that. Shaggier, welcome in. Happy to have you here. Pravon's win of the week is probably that Pravon took a week off and hasn't coded that much. Congrats on that. Happy for you. And you felt really relaxed. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. Congrats on that. And thank you for sharing, Pravon, your win of the week. Folks, if you're not familiar with win of the week is, ! WOTW. Hey. Head pat. Maxwell, thank you for that. Good to see you, Maxwell. Snaky G Plays. Hello, what's up? How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy holidays. All right, so this endpoint to create a project. Let's see if we are gonna indeed. Now, all right, we double check to make sure that the request body is being parsed and valid. Okay, Maxwell, thank you for the follow. And we confirm the fields that are coming expected. We're going to expect from the request into the API server, and we map those to the data that we need to send into the query for the database. So then now this next test that we're going to do is I'm going to stop and restart it because we're learning that we need to do that for some reason. I'll have to dig into that why of that later. We restart with those latest changes, and this should result in a database update. So we should see a third project associated to this user email. Hey, thank you for the follow, Snake G Plays. And Maxwell, appreciate you both. All right, cool. So it's running. Let's hit that endpoint again with this. Control-Shift-P, REST client, send the request. And we got a 200. And this is the object that was created. This is the database record that was created based on that. So that seems to look good. So now if I open up a new terminal and using Prisma again, I'm going to cd into server, npm run studio, which is a cool little tool. I can't say it enough. It's such a cool tool that Prisma provides where you can create this. It's like this little interface into the database. Where do I have it already open? Right here. Let's refresh this. And so now if I go into the projects, we should see that Sneak Goof 4 Maven is created now, and it's associated to that user. We have accomplished what we set out to do today, folks. So that's awesome. Yay, round of applause. Round of applause. Snake says, I'm Brazilian. I'm just watching you program because I'm on a whim of being a programmer again. That's awesome to hear. I'm happy to have you here. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Pog you, Cammy, pog you. What was I going to say? Yeah, welcome. Happy to have you here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. They're welcome. Even if they're not related to what I'm working on, I'm okay with fielding those types of questions. I'm here to help. My goals for my streams, if you're new here, you're not familiar with me, one, I make a fool of myself a lot of times. I make a lot of mistakes, or I'm a goofy guy, like cringy. So if that's kind of like, you don't like that kind of stuff, I understand. You know, use your time wisely. You don't want to hang around here. I get it. That's one thing. So my goal though is to, with each stream, to make you laugh and to maybe make you learn something, or both, right? If I can do both of those, that's a huge win for that. It's a huge success for that stream. If I do at least one of those, then that's a success as well. The emotes are very funny. I'm glad that you feel that way, Maxwell. Happy to have it. Snake says, I understand a little bit of what you say, but to write, I'm using a translator. Sorry if I hear spelling. Yeah, no worries, Snake. No worries at all. I am Shabelle. I love your help. Keep up the hard work. Appreciate that. I'm Shabelle. Thank you for your comment in the chat too. All right, I'm gonna pause here and be right back, folks. So hang tight. I want to just double check on the family with what's going on with them and see whether we can possibly keep going or if I got to start closing things out. All right. So hang tight. Enjoy some of the sound effects while I'm away. You can play some sound effects. Some of them do visual effects on the screen, and I'll be back shortly in like a minute. Give me 1 minute. All right, I'm back. All right, so I'm gonna commit these changes since we got this working now. Let's clean it up a little bit. And then we'll go and I'm gonna uncomment this stuff here. We want that again, and we'll say requires auth because we know that all works. So for testing purposes, I made it so that I didn't require auth on that endpoint. But in the real deal, we want to require the endpoint so that we can also make sure we have a user on the request object and get their email, and then basically and be able to find that user in the database, right? To associate that project to. I need to figure out how we can go about telling TypeScript that there is a body on this request. That's something else I need to add to the to-do list real quick. To do. Let's add this as well. Figure out why TypeScript is complaining about request.body not existing. So save that. Then we're gonna we finished this one here, so we're gonna mark that as done. So Alt D and then Control Shift A to archive that. We're gonna keep that there so we can keep testing REST endpoints when we want directly from VS Code using that extension. But I'm not going to commit that change. So let's say, hey, let's add the to-do list changes. The server changes should be, oh, we don't want those to be undone. So we're gonna undo the server changes. We do want the index changes. Oh, we want to get rid of that. Good thing we checked that. This is why we got to clean up before we get into the nitty gritties. Let's remove that out of there. And now we double check the changes. It's only that new route that we created, the post route. Okay. So we're going to add that into there for the list of changes. And we're going to say add route. Ooh, add project creation from request. potty. All right, we're going to commit and push that to that branch that we're on. All right. Now we have everything in a state of where we left off, and we know for next time we can work on one of these to-do list items. I will be back next Friday, which is going to be the new year, January 6th, 2023. It'll be right. And so next week, it'd be great if you can tune in. If you like this, what you've seen and all that, and you want to tune back in, next week will be right after my 5-year stream anniversary. I've been streaming since January 4th, 2018. Wow. Mind blown. We have some folks that have been subscribed since I first got affiliate tag over on Twitch, which is bonkers. It's amazing. I appreciate everybody here. I love the community here. You all are fantastic. And so we'll have a little bit of a celebratory stream next Friday. It'll be January 6th at 12:30 p.m. right here, twitch.tv/clarkio and youtube.com/clarkio. Cammy says, thanks for the stream. Glad I found your channel. I'm glad you found it too. Appreciate you being here, being part of the discussion, Cammy, and helping out and contributing to the project. You know, making me catch some things that I wasn't catching. So I definitely appreciate your help there with that. That's very cool of you. Is that everything? Oh, before I go, if you're interested in joining the Discord, the link for that is !Discord. But if you just go to clarkio.com/Discord, you can get the invite to join us there. Keep in touch when we're not live in the discussions that we have there. We play Wordle and stuff like that. We share our results, but I also share things that I've learned between now and last stream, in between streams, basically. We discuss new technology, that kind of thing. People share new resources they come across as they're learning in their journey. And you can subscribe to announcements of like when I go live or when other folks that we're friends with in the community, they go live on Twitch. So if you're interested in any of that, be sure to check out the Discord. Totally understand if you're not interested in that because, you know, it's like there's so many Discord servers and so many notifications. You want to manage that stuff. It's all good. If you want to get in touch with me on social media and see some of the content I'm posting there, there's a link to most of my socials over on the interwebs. All right, folks, that does it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, had some fun, maybe had a laugh or two. I don't know that I was that funny today. It is what it is. Some days I'm in more goofy mood than others. But I hope you all have a great new year. I hope you stay safe and healthy. And I will see you next week. Sound good? Nafron, thanks for the stream. See you next year. You too, Nafron. Appreciate it. Robert Tables, join for the memes. Trust me. Oh, and the other stuff too. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your break with the fam. Get hype about 2023. You too, Robert Tables. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for all that. All right, and Cammy, thank you as well. Everybody else, if you're lurking, thank you so much for being here. If you joined in on the raid, thanks again. Shout out to Fritz for the raid and all of his fine community he's got over there. Appreciate you all hanging out and being here for that. And that's it. Happy New Year. Peace out, Cub Scout.